Hey there, welcome back to another episode of You Have 1 Hour, the series where I dive into games for 60 minutes and decide if they're worth the time or not. Today we're checking out something a little bit different, Bear and Breakfast. It's a cozy management sim where you play as, well, a bear running a bed and breakfast. So, what's the deal with this game? You're Hank, a friendly bear who decides to turn on an abandoned shack into a 5-star getaway for tourists. Simple enough, right? Well, there's a lot more to it. From crafting furniture to keeping guests happy, you've got your paws full. You'll spend time gathering resources, decorating rooms, and dealing with all sorts of quirky characters. Some of the characters you do get to meet in the beginning of the game, right when you wake up as Hank, is Margaret. She's a brown bear and also Hank's mother and informal guardian of Annie and Will that lives at the thicket. Annie, Hank's spunky friend that lives with him and his mother in the thicket. She's a Karelian bear dog. And lastly, Will. He's a drunk bird and friend of Annie and Hank. He's a poor Will, which is a species of bird, wears a red hunter's cap and describes the game as grumpy. Every time I walk around, he is so small, I keep thinking he's trash and I always try to pick him up, but he's also just a bird. And birds are trash sometimes. The first hour introduces you to the basics: crafting, room layout, and guest management. It's a mix of relaxing and strategic, which is great, but is it engaging enough to keep you hooked after the first hour? Honestly, the art style alone had me interested. The cute, hand-drawn aesthetic just screams cozy vibes. And the humor, it's lighthearted and fun, but after 60 minutes, it felt like I was still in the tutorial mode. That's not a bad thing if you're into slow-paced games, but it might not grab everyone right away. To give you a quick rundown of the rest of the characters you meet in the first hour is Oliver, human, easygoing, long-time resident and bus driver. Sabine, long-time resident, park ranger, and understands animal language. Tony, a beaver, carpenter, chorus, and resides in Sawdust, longtime friend of Hank's mom, Margaret. Took, raccoon, dealer in refurbished furniture, rescued from dumpster, runs a shop, and accepts tasty garbage as currency. Barbara, elderly lady with a green bucket hat who's a little weird. Charlotte, alligator with a witch costume who lives in her hut in swampy black moss with her friend Twiggy. Twiggy is an assistant of Charlotte. Then you have Claire, Anton, and Wade, who are all mice that work together in the junkyard and under Hank's supervision to find artifacts and junk. And then lastly, Gus. He is a possum that you meet for the first time in the A24 area where the other mice live. For those who love games like Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing, Bear and Breakfast will probably feel like home. The controls are easy, the objectives are clear, and it's got the satisfying loop of improving your little bed and breakfast. So is it worth your time after the first hour? If you're in the mood for a relaxing and charming experience, definitely yes. And you have to be like awake. Because when I played it, I was on the sleepier side and it definitely put me to sleep for a little bit, and I came back and played for like 2-3 more hours. But if you need something fast-paced or action-packed, this might not be for you. Personally, I'll be coming back to see what Hank the Bear gets up to next. The game definitely has its charm, and I could see it growing on you after a few more hours. But for my first hour, it's about a 7 out of 10. Good, but not amazing, which is fine. So that's my take. Would I keep playing? Yeah, I think I'll give it some more time. But what do you think? Is Bear and Breakfast cozy enough to keep you coming back, or does it need a bit more oomph to win you over? Make sure you come down in the comments and let me know what you think. This game came out in 2022 and now they're releasing it on Epic Games Store for free this weekend, so you can pick it up. This is not sponsored, but I saw it show up and I picked it up and I wanted to play it and I did it. So if you're interested, This is me telling you this is your time to try a cozy game on a cozy weekend. And thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want more first hour reviews, and drop a comment if you've played Bear and Breakfast. I love to hear your thoughts. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.